Welcome to Endzone 2, a new game on the channel. Now, it's just come into early access. It hasn't got a campaign mode yet, but we'll have a pop in and we'll have a game. Survival mode. Yeah, we'll do a survival mode. We don't need to do the tutorial. And we'll start on difficult. Map settings, I will just roll it a few times, so I'm just trying to. Sector 1's where you start. Yeah, we'll start with 4 zones in the starting sector. At least then we've got a good chance of getting some good conditions. I'm not going to change any of the other settings. Keep everything else the same, and let's just go straight into the game. New game. So it is a base management and a resource management game. I didn't play Endgame 1, so I don't know how it compares to that, but it's a bit like Surviving the Aftermath and Anno. It's got very similar features, and it's also got some really interesting things. I do like the expedition system they've got in this new version. And again, because it's a procedural map, it's just loading up the starting map. Now, you do start off in like a minibus with all your people in the bus and some basic resources, but those do start dwindling very quickly. So you do have to be quick off the start to set up a colony. You need to get your food and water sorted as your top priority. Once you've got that, then you can go and start going into your resource management. So in this game, it's got the usual stuff like wood, it's got scrap, plastics, and then you can go into more advanced stuff later on, like rubber and vehicle creation. Now, it has got, because it hasn't got a campaign mode, and again, I do like to play campaign modes, but it has got disasters that can come across. Now, it's not got any zombies or anything like that. It's not that sort of game. So your biggest downfall is droughts coming in, where it will cut down on your water supply. You will have radiation coming in where you need protection, otherwise people will get sick. If people get sick, you need medicine production. Medicine production has to be done in the swamps areas, and you're not guaranteed to start off with swamp, trees, or even water. So again, you might have to search around for a good camp to get started. Okay, we're into the game. Just got an achievement for starting the game. So let's just pause and have a look around. So you can use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out, and you can use your normal WASD keys to move around the map. And you can rotate your camera with the Q and E keys. So let's just have a look. There is a zone over here. Well, that's as far as I can zoom out. So there is an area here, but you can build 2 entrances on either side. But I can't see any water. There is some mountains, so there's a possibility. Oh, it does tell you here. There's clay there. There's no natural forests, but you can build like a nursery, a wood nursery, and it has got fertile soil. So to me, this isn't great. So I think we want to move the bus. Right click, okay, that's fine. Search for a new home, that's fine.
Take a look at it when you get a chance.
Okay, we don't want to settle there. Now, you do get some of these where you can just get resources from, and some of them you have expeditions. It will pause the game while you're in them, so you don't have to worry about people starving in your bases. Okay, there it is. So we can take some more tools. We're already full on wood, so we can't take any more wood. We can take some more cloth. That's fine. We can always come back to these later on. There is a menu down here where if you uncover expeditions, it will list them all down. If you've got multiple settlements, it will list them. And there's your research tab. So one of your first, you can't do research until you do expeditions to get the research points, basically.
Where are we going?
So let's get this moved over. There is speed controls as well, which I think is 1, 2, and 3. But we just stop on this one just until we get a settlement started.
On my way.
Okay, so let's have a look. What have you got? You got some plastic, you got some wood, but we can't take the wood. So let's move on to the next one. Now, if I remember right from the starting map, there was 4 locations in this zone. Again, more tools. That's really great at the start. It's not something you immediately produce tools. So let's go up to the crossroads and then we'll make a call. Okay, let's come up to here. Okay, some more resources, some more wood. We'll come back for all this wood pretty soon once we dropped and got a settlement. So let's come down to here. We might be better going up towards the north because we know there's a settlement just down here.
We have found a new zone.
Oh, there's a second settlement. Okay, this is a lot better.
Worth it to build a new settlement on it.
Now, it hasn't got any swamplands on there, but it has got water, and that's what I was looking for. It's got fertile soil on there. And it's got some trees, not a lot. Yep, this is where I'm going to settle down. So let's take whatever resources we can from this first one. Can't take any more scrap. We'll come back for this in a minute. Okay, so move your truck up. Your truck can't go up to where you build your base. It can only go up onto this grey area, and then you get this little interface pop up of where you want to build it. Now, we don't want to destroy all the scrap.
On my way.
So we want to build it over here. We want to keep as much
I'm at the wheel.
keep as much scrap available so we can quickly farm that up.
Now we need a place where we want to.
Now we know we've got fertile land here and fertile land here. We've got some trees at the top there, so I think I'm going to put my town centre over here because there's not a lot. Doesn't matter if we cut into a bit of this fertile land because there is some more over here, and that's where we'll set up our first. I want to be able to get all the way around this. I want to be able to build. So let's just cut into a bit of the fertile land. That's fine. Okay, so let's pause the game. Let's get started. Okay, so everything that was in our bus is now becoming into our camp. You can have a look under your second column down. It says turnover. Now, when I've got buildings to produce water, it will tell you if you're in a positive, and you'll get a little green arrow. And if you have a red arrow going down, it means you need to have more people or more than buildings to cover. So we start off with 15 people. When we start building houses, then we start having babies, which then increase our population. People can die just of natural causes, and they can die of the like the droughts and the radiation and those sort of things we mentioned earlier. So let's go into the construction menu. The first thing we want to be doing is building a jetty. Jetty in there. We want to get some food production up. Now, we did pick up some tools so we can create a fish jetty. Okay, we want to do it as far back as we can. That's fine. We won't be doing roads yet until we can set up some of the base resources. We could put a forager's hut, which is going to be up here. So we'll put it there, and then we can change on the building. The radius you can change. Okay. So we've done the foragers, we've got some food up, and next thing we want to be doing is we need somewhere to cut down. So if we can put you just up here for the moment, that can give me enough wood and gather up the scrap. Okay, so that's the one we want to do, and we want to try and clear this area down here as quick as possible. I'm happy for him to go there. And again, I would rather you clear this area not the big building. So there's 270 it can clear. Then that will make way for our roads. Okay, so let's start the game and let them people start doing stuff. Now you can prioritize. So the first one I would like to be prioritized is the water. So prioritize that, and you want to prioritize your food and water as your priorities. So I want the people to be coming down to here first, and then I want them to be coming up to the foraging hut. So we've currently still got 8 available workers up on the top left. Okay, just let do its autosave. And you can place items as blueprints. So now what we need to do is start assigning workers. So immediately, because we've got a negative on there, negative 27, we want at least 3 people. So negative 4, we need 4 people. That will give me a turnover and send me into the plus. And we've got to do the same for food. So currently the food's on a downward trend. So we'll put 1 into there. We're still negative 20. So we're going to need 3 people in the fishery as well. So now we're on a positive of both those. We need to go up to the wood, and we need people in here. And again, we're just going to do the same. So we're going to get plus 9 wood. So that is good. We've still got a fair bit of scrap. We do have a forager's hut as well as... So we'll just put 1 in the forager's hut. The fishing is a lot better than the forager's hut for production, as you can see. 1 forager is doing 13 a minute there. But if we go down to the fishery, 2p... is it 2? Yeah, we've got 2 people in there and he's doing 65 a minute. So again, the forager's huts are better when you've got droughts and items like that, where the fishing won't work in them sort of conditions. Demolish building, work radius, that's what we want to do. And we want it to not select these big buildings, we just want it to select the smaller items over here. And then we want to do the same for the foraging. We want to move it into a better radius. So at the moment down here it's got 320. You want to pay attention that you don't get that time symbol, because that's going to cost 1.3 times more to get that food. So you want to bring it back so you've got as much food at your base amount. And again, you can move up that radius around, or you can just demolish the hut and build a hut in a better position if that's the case. Next thing, we want to do the same with this as well. Move the radius on the wood producer. So again, I can do 1500 wood there in a good radius, and it doesn't cost me any more. Now, clay is something we will be doing eventually, but we can't do that until we've got the basic amounts done. Next thing I need to do is tools, because for the fishery to work, it needs tools. So let's just pause it a second. And the next building we need is produce tools out of scrap. Now, this one here does get a bonus for other buildings. It needs a depot in the vicinity where the main hub will count as a your main city centre will count as a depot. And if you look down in the bottom side down here, on the bottom right, if you have the scrap in the vicinity as well, it also gets a production. So what I want to do, I don't really want to get rid of all this good land, but again, we have got quite a lot of fertile land, and we won't be using a lot of it at the moment. So again, that is picking up the depot in the vicinity and the production if I put it there. So that's a good one, a good placement for it. Now, we have still got 5 workers. Each building needs a master builder to build. So that's just basically any unassigned population will be a master builder. So you don't want to have nobody who can build if you're still building buildings. Again, it is saying it's waiting for a master builder to come down here. And if we just prioritise it, it'll come down here. So we're in a positive on water at 17. With positive on food. So while we're a bit low of tools, I'm going to cut the fishing down because we're nearly at our cap of 500. So gaining more is not really benefiting us that much. So we'll take a couple of people out of the food. It gives us a negative 10, but that's fine because we're nearly at cap until we can start building some depots. And then while we're at it, we can just send, because the scrap is nearly down, we'll send a couple of more people into the scrap to start getting that up. Plastics is something we're going to have to do soon, and because we haven't got much of the wood because we're using a lot to build, we'll send an extra person in here. We'll put 3 into there, so we've still got 3. And we should start getting a good turnover of these. Now, because we're in pause, nothing's changed. So let's time run on. So now my wood's in a positive. I'm getting 27 wood per minute. My scrap hasn't gone up yet. Oh, that's the foraging up. That one is. I put it in the wrong building. Scrap is down to the south. So this one's the scrap. So if we go up to the scrap now, as you can see, there's a green arrow on everything except for the food, but we're well aware we're nearly at cap, so that's fine. We're doing okay on water. The turnaround is 27 on the wood, and it's 29 on the scrap. There's only a 250 cap, so again, we will start taking people out of there soon. We can move to plastics and other items, but I think what we do is now we've got the base amounts done, we'll start looking at getting... we'll get some houses down. If we can get some houses down, then this can increase our population. So we'll put 1 there. Actually, we're going to cancel that one. Because I want to try to have a path around the town centre. So I want to leave 1 square so I can have a path, because that's going to boost our resources later. Now, we're not going to build a graveyard at the moment. Pavilion's not really that worth it. Decorations we'll do later, but not at the moment. What's the tasks doing? Numbers. Gather up debris, remain. Okay, that's fine. So what we're looking for is depots. Scrap wood, tree nursery. Recycler. What's a recycler? That produces plastic out of scrap. So that's something we want to be doing. Or did we already put one up? We did the workshop, but we didn't put any people. We've got 3 people currently at the moment. So let's put 2 of them in there. Now this is going to take... It's got the bonus from the depots, as we've seen earlier. It's going to make 3 tools a minute. So we want to look in the scrap. We're making 30 a minute, so that's fine. We could actually take 1 person out there, so we're doing 20 a minute, and then put an extra one in the plastic. So now we're making 4 a minute. So that should give us, we're going to do 3.4 tools a minute. We're good on scrap. Yeah, just making sure I'm not paused. Okay. So what was over here? That was just our access point. So now we've got most things under control. I've got 1 spare worker, so I'm just going to be putting him in the foraging nut, not into the fishery, just so we have a good tick up on everything except for plastics. What's this one here? That's the town centre, and those are the houses what they've just built. So soon we'll start having once we've got enough houses to cover the settlers. So we do need to have another house, because we have 15 people. And then for that one I do need a builder. because we've just sent an extra one in the foraging. We'll take him out and he can become our builder. And they can come down and build this house. So while we're early in the game and we've got everything pretty much under control, except for the food, but that's fine for another, what, 40 minutes? Because we're losing 10 a minute and we've got 400. That's good for the moment until we can get more people. But again, we've only got 3 houses, so we won't get more population yet. We want to go and switch to the vehicle.
I'm at the wheel.
And we want to start going and collecting these resources we left earlier when we couldn't pick them up. So again, let's go on to... We just want to collect everything. And then this vehicle is just going to keep running back.
Let's go.
Once it's full of resources, we'll run him back. And then the task is we'll want to try to find some expeditions. You get better resources from the expeditions and you can get another vehicle. And that's what I want to be getting this early in the game. Because when you do start up more than one colony, you can go to infinite and then take everything at once. So let's move him down to here. And again, we can see across the top bar that we're pretty good on all the resources at the moment in our camp. And let's just click on the arrows, take all the wood.
Let's go.
We'll clear these 2 out and then we'll go up to the north where we was planning on going earlier.
On my way.
And then we do need to build those depots because at the moment we're close to the wood cap. If we go and put all this wood into the into our settlement, as we can say, 150 in a stack of wood. Yeah, let's go back up north. Now, to get out the first zone, you will come across bridges. Bridges are used to open up new areas, but you've got to repair the bridges to move over. And again, we do want to get expeditions because that is what's going to give us the research points. So again, I'm just letting the vehicles move up. We will switch back to camp in a minute and see how the camp's getting along. But we'll do that as we've got this vehicle full and we're coming back to dump off the resources. Again, plastics are good because we're not making much of those at the moment. So let's move up. There's another one here. When you have got an expedition, you have like a little mobile phone thing above your vehicle, not these arrows, so you can tell the difference when you come across one. There's some cloth. We haven't started making that yet, so any resources we can get we can't make at the moment can allow us to push technology further than we otherwise would be able to. Okay, so another one with resources, so let's collect our plastic and that cloth.
Let's go.
And again, as we're uncovering the map, it's uncovering items on this section as well. Now there is 2 little yellow markings there, which I'm not... that will be the camp. Now when you are going around, because our entrance point is down this side, if we had an entrance out the top, we could put an extra way to get into our camp, so we haven't got to keep travelling all the way back down to the original entrance.
Let's go.
Which can save a lot of time. So let's come here because I can see there's a junction. There is the bridge, as you can see, and it has been broken. So let's just pop into here. Click the little mobile phone walkie-talkie symbol, and then...
Can we repair it?
Now, if you click the space bar, it will highlight what you can interact with. So I can interact with a barrel there and a barrel here. So we're going to move our guy over there. And again, while we're in this, the time has been paused on our settlement, so we haven't got to worry about that quite this moment.
We'll pack it.
Okay, is there anything else I can do? No, I can't, so let's come up to this.
The hole here is small enough.
Now, we have got a lot of wood in the truck, so we can immediately do the first stage of this.
Done.
Now, the second one, we need 100 scrap. So we can't do that at the moment, but now we've got a target to aim for. Okay, let's come back to the vehicle and make sure we take everything with us. Now, we've got some gloves there. Now, gloves are very good. Those help against radiation, and it's not something we're in the process of being able to make at the moment. Cloth, again, we're not making that, so that's a great find. And plastic, I don't think we're making that quite this second. So again, another good find, and rubber as well. So we'll end the expedition, but we can go back into that at any time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the area at the moment and see if we can find enough scrap to get that 100 scrap. So there's some more scrap. So we're currently at 68, and there's some more tools, which is good items this early in the game. So let's move him down the road. We discovered an old bridge, that's fine.
New instructions.
And we want to come. We can't interact with this because this is part of our settlement. So the next one we can interact with is all the way over here. Now our food is starting to drop. When we start getting lower than 250 is when I'll run back to the camp and send an extra person. As you see, our water's capped at 500, so we need to get that sorted out and get a water depot, like a water terror or something set up. I think the tier 1's called a cistern. So we'll get one of them in a minute. Oh, there's an house here, so let's stop here. And again, another resource place. We're up to 88 scrap. So if we can find 12 more scrap, we'll move back to that bridge. And again, it does show on the map there that there's the bridge location towards the north, so we know where we need to go back to. Or we can access the menus and do it for the menus as well. So, no, we didn't get any scrap from there. We can build another access point, I think, on this side here. So let me just double check on that. Logistics. Access point. Wooden scrap. I mean, it's ideally not what we want at the moment, because we're trying to save that for the bridge, but there it is. I know I could build another one. And we've still got a worker who is on his way over to build that. And when he's built it, then this vehicle can drop everything off except for the scrap, because that's the ones we're going to be needing. So while we're here, we'll go and have a look at the camp, because we do want to get that food sorted. So we need to get somebody from somewhere. Tools, we've got a decent amount at the moment, so we might be able to build the roads. Plantation, we want to get under control pretty quick. Now, unfortunately, it does have to be in fertile land to set up the plantation, which is a little on the annoying side. So we'll let the builder come over and do that in a second after he's done here. So can we yep, can transfer it. So we'll put the plastic in, we'll put the wood in, we'll keep the scrap. Can't put any more wood in because we're up to the cap, so we need to get that depot sorted. We don't need rubber. Don't need cloth. We'll keep the gloves on us at the moment, because if we send them into the camp, I'm just going to use them when they don't need to. And we'll keep the tools on us for the moment. I think I'm actually going to take some more tools, because I think tools might be needed for the next section of the bridge. And then we need to get these depots down on a cistern. So we want to put one of these by where our water producers are. So we'll put a cistern there. And we want to put a food depot especially. I can't put one that side, unfortunately. Now, because my food's being produced there, let's put one near to it. We'll put one there. And that builder's got a couple of things to build at the moment. So that is waiting for a master builder to come over and build this. And apparently we've got no master builders. So we need to take somebody off something. We've got one on the foraging, so that's fine. Wood's at max now, so we can get rid of one person out of wood at least. Because I've got some more wood in the car if I need to. And then that releases... No, it hasn't released anybody yet. So what else have I got? Cistern. Yeah, the builder's coming over to build the cistern now. Okay, empty work area. So now we need to reassign the scrapyard. Now we've got all this scrap here, so we can clear all this. So let's clear this little bit out the bottom down here first. How are we doing on scrap? Okay, we're not maxed on scrap, so we'll leave that as it is. Workshop. That is still producing the tools, as we can see. And then once he's cleared all this little bit of scrap, we'll get him working on this big house, and that will give us more room to build some more houses and stuff. Now, that is something we do want to be doing, is building another house. Because we want to start now increasing, or tents. We want to start increasing our population, so we do need to get both those built. And hopefully we've got the resources to build both. Ah, that was the menu I was looking for earlier, the professions. So currently, you can control everything from here. We can control the gardeners. So we do need one into the gardener. Red just means we haven't got people available at the moment, and we've got 2 master builders. We'll knock that down to 1. So now we've got enough people all the way around. Water, he's still got quite a bit, but that's fine. I just wanted to just tick over at the moment. We want to get food up a bit, so we want a second fisherman now. We've got some tools coming in. 3 people making tools. What's our turnover on tools? We're making 2.6 a minute. If I knock it down, how much are we doing now? 1.2. We're still in the positive, so that's fine. And that gives us a couple extra people, which are going to be helping out on the building while we were building up a couple of these houses around here. Now, because our house, we've got more housing than population at the moment, now children are starting to get born. Okay, so now this is telling me this has got no work area, but that's exactly what we wanted it. We want him to go and clear this house now. And that's over 1,000. He can get out to that. Okay, we need to set up a work area for this. Okay, we'll have the path coming in round the outside there. So we will take all that. And then we'll take all this up towards the north. We're currently at 29, so we need more. We'll do another column. Another 2 columns is 63, 79, 96. And then we'll take 6 at the top here. And then the next one we could put down here, and then we'll clear the rest of this out. So that building is now is going to produce us 5 fibers, and then we can do the next one, which is turning the fibers into cloth, which is the next building I need to do. Now, I'm pretty certain the next building does need this in a chain. So the next one would be produce cloth out of fibers. This one here. Now, we want to put it fairly close, but we don't want to take up all... Can't put it there. Again, I haven't planned this really that great. We'll take up some of this land here, that's fine. But then I won't be able to get a path. I need to be able to get a path into the next building, so we'll have to put it there. Now it's getting the bonus. So let's just come out of this a second. So this building is currently getting the bonus, because you can see the plus symbol from there. So if we go into the professions, we need one person immediately into the weaver. Now the weaver has a knock-on effect because to make this one, it needs water, which then means you need more people in water. But we have got 5 kids about to grow up. So as soon as some of them start coming in, the next priority is to get another person. The next 2 people I want to go into the jetty. And then that allows us to go back with the car to do some more exploring. So everything's in a green or a positive at the moment. I'm not producing plastic, so I must have not set that building up yet. So the workshop is... the workshop's making tools, but we haven't got a plastic maker yet because we was waiting to clear this area. That was right. So the next one we want to do is making... We don't need a tree there. Make plastic out of recycling. And he gets a bonus, as you can see, because you've got that green plus symbol. He needs a depot in the vicinity and he needs a road linked. So if we put him there, I'm going to have to put a road up round here and we could put a depot in that location there. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Here. We need a material depot and we want to leave enough room to get a path round. Wrong type of... It won't allow me to do that. So I'm just going to have to put the depot down here, which will affect all 3. And then the next thing we want to build is roads. Road menu, there it is. So we want to build a gravel path. We need it round here, up here. So let's stop that there. Then we need it to go across up to that corner there. And again, this will use quite a lot of tools. And then we want the town centre to be circled. Go around the outside. So it's technically going to be a square. Just so we can send other buildings off to it. We'll just set up all the paths. The tools we are making, so again, we haven't got to be too picky at the moment. We'll put a little path up to there just for the moment. We can get rid of that one there. There it is. Back into the road menu. And we want to connect these 2 up. Then we also want to connect our water supply up and our fishing up, and then connect that to everything else. Will that not let me go to that point there? No, it's not letting me do that. So let's fix that road there. Okay, so we'll have a road up round there to that, and then we'll connect that up to there. And if this is going to be difficult, we'll have to bring the road up the northern side. So again, we have got most of the buildings connected. The one we haven't got connected is the wood, which we do want to get connected up. So let's do a path to there. Actually, no, we don't want to be bringing this because we need to be able to get some more fisheries, and this is going to stop it. So we're going to have to bring a path around this way, unfortunately. We'll go to that spot there, and then that can just go up to there. And we have a building up here as well, don't... Oh, no, that's just runes. And then we could put one last path across there. So that should be most of our infrastructure all matched up at the moment. We'll unpause that and We just got to wait for some of these kids to grow up to become a builder so he can go and build them roads. We don't have that many tools, but we are slowly stocking them up. So we'll keep that as it is, let that get running across, and then we're going to switch back. And then we're going to bring him back and figure out where we got to. Actually, I've just remembered, because we've been using the wood down,
New instructions?
the wood that's sitting in this vehicle at the moment, I might as well just dump into here. Because our wood is gaining 6 a minute, but we will start using that soon. And if I need to, I can always take somebody off wood production. We'll keep the tools on us because we're doing... Actually, it's probably better if we go straight to that bridge and try to get this finished.
All clear.
At least then we've got one access point off. Again, you've got like mini islands. It's a good way of progressing. Again, I do enjoy that system where you've got to build a way out. I do say that the water effects in this game are absolutely beautiful. Now, I have got it on fairly high settings. I haven't got it on the maximum. I've cut down some of the shadow drops and stuff just to keep the videos as smooth as I can. But that is quite nice water effects in this game.
This bridge is still halfway intact. Can we repair it?
Okay, so
On the road.
that is one of the things I can get very annoying in this game. Is it's got that RTS tile.
Now that the basic structure is in place, we need better tools and stable
Okay, so why
materials.
have I not got the scrap? Oh, I've only got 88 scrap. I thought I took some scrap out of the camp, but I didn't. Okay, that was a wasted journey. Where can we go from here? Now, we did that building, we did all this, so now we have got to go back. That was a bit of a wasted journey. I think we got to this point here, so let's send the building out, the car over to there. Is he moving? No, he's not.
Where are we going?
Send him over there, and then we'll just have a look at the base. Now, we have had a couple of people grow up, which is good, which should mean we've got our builder sorted. So what's this missing? Resources are missing that needs to for production. So what do you need for production? You need water. Is it because this has got no... Okay, so we probably need a second one on plantation just to speed that up a little bit. And yeah, and this one has to keep waiting for the other one, so having the second person in there. So this is producing 2 a minute. And then I'm pretty certain he's having to wait, where this one up here is producing 11 fibres. So that should equal out now. I've got a second person into here, but I might need to send a third, which I probably will do. We'll send a third one into there. You can select which ones you want to show up at the top, I think. Yeah, can you... Is fibres up there? No, it isn't. Okay, so I want fibres to be down here. And then we'll have that one set as that rubber one, which we're not using at the moment. So you can select them to the ones you want, so that's fine. So now we can see we've got 13 fibres. We've got 1 spare person if we need to. And we would have to build more houses because we're at our 20 cap. 2 babies and 18. So that'll be probably something I'll do before I go back to the vehicle. Just having a look to see what I need. So making sure everything's still in the positive. We're making 8 water a minute with this weaver. Let me just have a tick. So you're only going to use 1, I think. So that's took it down to 17, and then the other one's going to produce enough to get it up. That's fine. I'm happy with that at the moment. Now, I could do with a bit more till production, to be honest. That is probably the next one I'm lacking on a bit. We're doing okay on scrap. 18 a minute. We're doing okay on wood. Food's okay, but that will need to be extended, the food and water, as soon as we've got more population. Okay. So what does this one down here? Missing master builder. Ah, okay. That was... Ah, okay. So we already got the houses set up. Let's set this up as a priority. Then that should raise up our cap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And while we're here, we can just maybe move the radius a little bit on this. We saw 480 there. That's fine. We'll get 480 on there. We'll just check how he's doing with... He's got plenty of wood. And the scrap down here should be well and truly good for a long time. That's the recycler. That's the material depot. And that was the scrap yard. And again, he's got loads and loads of scrap there to get through. So what else can we do in the meantime? So everything is running smoothly. Plastics aren't. Was that because we didn't put anybody in the plastic, or did we not build it? Ah, we've got nobody in the recycler, but we have got 2 spare people, so we'll put one in there, and then that should start giving us a plastic one. Just, he's going to be using scrap.
The first drops have already fallen. It looks like it could rain for quite some time.
Okay, that's fine. So that was our first one. So it's going to make crops grow faster. Again, we haven't got much crops. We need to get expeditions to move into that. I do want to get... No, I want to maybe... Now 350. That's fine. We're using the scrap. We're actually getting quite a bit of surplus. So we probably want a second person in the plastic one. Have we got a second person? We have. I don't know, for some reason he doesn't want to come and build that, so let's build a couple of more houses. And we could put another one there as well. And we'll put both these as priority builds. Okay, I do need to release someone from somewhere. Now, scrap is going up quite high, so we can take one person off scrap. Scrap. That is going to be salvager. Yep. And that gives me my 2 master build as well I was after. Okay. We just need to make sure we're not running the scrap down too much. We still want 1.3, that's fine. And we're doing good on wood. And that is just showing who's activated because of the... so we need to build this hut here. Hopefully they'll build that one soon. Okay, and while we're doing that, we can go back out to the vehicle. So we already did this one here because there's nothing showing up to pick up. I'm pretty certain we've done that. And again, we're just paying attention to the green arrows at the top. It's all in green, so we're making progress. Now, I think this is a good place to finish off. We've got a slight turnover, but everything's in the positive. The vehicle's ready to do here on the next episode to go down south, and then we'll start moving into cloth production, mask production, and hopefully can start doing some of the research when we get some research points in there. But for this first episode, hopefully you've enjoyed the series, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave comment below if you've got any suggestions. Thank you very much for watching.